Hey, what's going on there, Dice Rollers? Paul here, and I'll be your DM for a while. Today, I want to talk to you about retooling the Ranger for your table and why it's a benefit to you as the DM. Before we get into that, though, if you are brand new here to the channel, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you being a part. If you want videos like this that will give you, the DM, points of inspiration, DMs need inspiration too. Go ahead and click that subscribe button down there and you'll get videos like this in your inbox on a regular basis. All right, so let's talk about retooling the Ranger for your table, because if you want to offer something to your players and say, hey, look, you can play the 5e Ranger, that's fine, but can I offer you something different? And that different is this particular reworking of the Ranger according to Sidequest zine, which is a really fun zine I'm going to look at today. So this is kind of both a reworking class type of video, but it's also a, hey, check out this zine from Sidequest. So let's go ahead and check it out, take a look at it. Okay, so here we are, Sidequest magazine from Icarus Games. It is a fantastic looking cover. This is the first issue, by the way, which is kind of, like I said, in my in my stuff to do kind of read kind of a thing. And I said, well, why don't I just do a video about it? Because I really like to feature, zines, independent magazines for role-playing games, things like that, because I think they bring so much value and they just offer a different perspective. So I hope that you will check out Icarus Games Sidequest. It's available over in Drive-Thru RPG. I'll put a link down in the description below. But the opening article here, they give you a world to play in. And what I like about that is, like I said, you can pick any, there's so many different worlds you can play in. If you just need a drop and say, look, throw it down there, you have no idea sometimes what your players are looking for. In fact, I would say players don't know what they want until you give it to them. So here's the land of Ashk Gazette, Tales from the Sea of Sand. And if you're looking for a good desert type of motif, this might do it for you, but we're not going to talk about this today. We're actually going to talk about the Ranger. All right, so here we are, Ranger of the Wild, a complete rework of the Ranger class, and love the orc there. It says, at the edges of the world where the word of law is weakest, Rangers keep the people safe from the monsters that threaten civilization. Whether as a punishment, through a sense of duty, or simply for coin, Rangers wander the wild places of the world, tracking the threats to civilization and eliminating them. And you know what? I think, that we've lost some of that for the Ranger. I don't know. I think we treat Rangers sometimes like rogues, or we treat them like something else. I don't think we treat them as these monster hunting characters that have so much depth to them, and maybe they're just not played that way. Maybe we don't inform our players enough to say, look, this Ranger class, you're a monster hunter. You are out defending whatever lay of the land you may have, be it sand or be it the forest or on the waters, whatever it is. You're there. You're the last line of defense. And I think if we did a better job of informing our players of that, maybe they might create better characters that had that depth to it. And I speak mostly for me. I'm not speaking for you. I'm speaking for me. If I gave my players that, and I may just go ahead and print this out and just say, guys, have at it. Here's what this new Ranger is going to look like for our table. Okay, so we get into the design goals. It says, for me, the Ranger is one of the more underwhelming classes in 5e. Agreed. And my goal with this rework is to form the class to be something more distinct. When I think of Ranger, I think of Aragon. I think of Men of the Night Watch. I think of Geralt of Rivia. These stoic warriors who live on the fringes of civilization, protecting it from the beasts that threaten the realm. The problem is that I don't think the base Ranger class achieves this, so I set out with the goal of making Ranger what lives up to this idea and has its own unique skill set. So it's got wild at heart. It says, my problem with Ranger is that it is presented in the player's handbook. Comes down to two main reasons. It says the first problem is with their tracking and environment rules. I love the idea of the Ranger being an experienced traveler who can guide the party through the world, but devoting higher level features to this weakness, the class overall. The revised Ranger addressed this by moving most of the features to first level, which is what I have done. Then it talks about Ranger without magic, We won't get into that totally. We'll get more into some of these other little parts here that they've featured. Herbalism. To give Ranger that connection to nature, they have herbalism, ability to allow them to craft concoctions. This helps achieve that Witcher feel, where the Ranger uses their knowledge and prepares concoctions in advance of a battle with their quarry. This document uses the rules presented on page 128 of Xanathar's Guide to Everything for Crafting Potions. I highly recommended that players and DMs work together to highlight the questing and roleplay of gathering the materials needed to craft potions as outlined in the magic item crafting table on page 129 of Xanathar's Guide. Okay, then it gets into creating a Ranger. Okay, and then we get to the class features. Hit dice, 1d10 per Ranger level, 10 plus your Constitution modifier, all the proficiencies, equipment. And here's what they said about quarry. It says, beginning at first level, you have significant experience studying, tracking, and hunting your targets. I love giving that experience to the Ranger right off the bat. It says, as a bonus action, you may choose to study a creature that you can see within 60 feet and mark it as your quarry. When you make an attack action against your quarry, you deal an extra 1d4 damage to the target whenever you hit with a weapon attack. The amount of extra damage increases as you gain levels in this class, as shown in the quarry dice column of the Ranger class. Features table below. You also have an advantage on any wisdom, perception, or wisdom survival checks you make to locate or track your quarry. You may only mark one creature as your quarry at any time. A creature marked as your quarry remains marked until they drop to 0 hit points or you decide they are no longer marked. Master of the Wild. Your time in the wilderness has taught you everything you need to survive in any environment. You gain the following features. You ignore non-magical difficult terrain. You and anyone traveling with you cannot become lost except by magical means. You always remain alert to danger when traveling, even when engaged in other activities such as foraging, navigating, or tracking. When you forage, you find twice as much food as you normally would. While tracking other creatures, you also learn their exact number, their sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area. Additionally, with enough time, you can familiarize yourself with an area, adapting to traveling and surviving in such regions. When you spend 8 or more hours in the following terrain, you gain the listed benefits for as long as you are traveling in that terrain. Then it gives you this, as I said there, you get used to certain areas here like the Arctic or the coast or desert, forest, and it gives you certain benefits as you study. If you spend 8 hours in these types of areas, you're going to get a certain bonus to that, which I think is really cool because you're adapting to the area that you're in. Ranger concoctions. As a Ranger of the Wilds, you have learned to harness the power of natural magic by crafting a variety of potions, poisons, and elixirs to enhance your abilities in battle. Beginning at 3rd level, you can choose your herbalism kit to craft 1 Ranger concoction per day during a long rest. The number of concoctions you can craft per day increases to 2 at 8th level. And I love that because let's say you're needing a healing potion and you're out of healing potions. Maybe the Ranger can put something together that would be either like a salve, or it could be something you drink. It could be something boiled in water that you actually drink. It could be a salve. It could be a bandage, some sort of creamy type of thing that you put on your skin that would provide healing. So I think giving Rangers some of these healing abilities certainly benefits the party when you either don't have a cleric, or if you're in bad situations where a cleric needs to go to prayer and get more healing abilities, the Ranger can step up. Then you have the Ranger Conclave. At 3rd level, you choose a Ranger Conclave that you strive to emulate. Your choice grants you features at 3rd and at 5th and at 7th, 11th, and 15th. And this is, maybe you've heard me talk about this in other videos about, using guilds or societies or, groups that you belong to. And I think the Ranger Conclave is kind of an example of what I'm thinking about, of what you can benefit by level if you stay within a guild or a society or something like that for an extended period of time. Extra attacks. Then you get Strider. Beginning at 6th level, you can use the dash action as a bonus action on your turn. Additionally, you cannot be tracked by non-magical means unless you choose to be. Well, that's pretty good. Like if you want to be tracked, draw somebody into a trap, Relentless Hunter. You pursue your quarry with obsessive dedication. Nothing will stop you from finding them. Beginning at 9th level, when you are tracking a creature that has been marked as your quarry, you only require half of the amount of rest you normally need to gain the same benefit that you do from others do from 8 hours of sleep. So you are super passionate about finding this creature. Determined Strike. Beginning at 10th level, when you miss an attack against your quarry, you may immediately make another attack against them. Once you use this trait, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. So you get a free swing in there based on your frustration, possibly. Targeted Strike. Your skill allows you to pinpoint weak spots and strike them with devastating results. Beginning at 13th level, when you successfully hit a target with an attack, the target must succeed a Constitution saving throw or be restrained until the end of your turn. You may use this ability a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus between long rests. Then we have Pack Hunter. Beginning at 14th level, when an ally makes an attack against your quarry, you can use your reaction to direct their strikes, allowing them to add your quarry dice to their attack roll, which I think that's so cool that the ranger can say, no, hit over there, underneath his chin. And then you're able to then actually use that bonus quarry dice to assist them. You may use this feature a number of times equal to proficiency bonus between long rest. Then you have Swift Stroke. Beginning at 17th level, you can strike with a deadly speed. If you take the attack action on your turn, you may immediately make one additional attack on your reaction. You do not add your ability modifier to this damage or this attack. Then at 18th level, you have Heightened Senses. You gain supernatural senses that help you fight creatures you can't see. When you attack a creature you can't see, your inability to see it does not impose disadvantage on your attack rolls against it. You are also aware of the location of any invisible creature within 30 feet of you, provided that the creature isn't hidden from you and you aren't blinded or deafened. And finally, Master Hunter. The 20th level, you become an unparalleled hunter, able to use all of your skills to uncover information that leads you to your target, no matter where they are. Using this ability, you are able to locate any creature that is not hidden by magical means, no matter where they are located. Doing this requires you to spend a number of days equal to the CR of the creature minus your wisdom modifier, investigating the creature's whereabouts. If the creature you are hunting is your favorite enemy, you may subtract 4 from the number of days needed to discover the creature's whereabouts. If the creature you are hunting is also your quarry, you may roll your quarry dice and subtract the result from the number of days needed to discover the creature's whereabouts. So you can actually just reduce, through various rolls, reduce the amount of time needed to actually hunt down this animal or monster. All right, so that is the Reworked Ranger from Sidequest Magazine. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please let me know down in the comments what you thought about it and what is your favorite feature of the Reworked Ranger and how might you implement it into your game. I hope that you will go by and check out Sidequest Magazine. They have, I think, 15 or 20 issues that are out now. Support those local third parties, support those zines, because I think they offer a tremendous amount of value. And don't forget, there is a playlist right here somewhere that has my other reviews and other zines that I have featured here. So feel free to go check those out as well. Don't forget to go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. That tells me you like the video and you want more of them. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.